Hey, what's up, you guys? So, it's Queen Frostbite here, and I'm here to tell you a story time. So, today, the story time is going to be about the time that, a creepy man or whatever came to my doorstep and was ringing my doorbell. Let me tell you what happened. So, I was with my grandma, and because she was here over the summer. This happened like 2 years ago. She was here over the summer, and my grandma was on my mom was on vacation, and I was here with her, and so it was like dark nighttime, and I was laying on the bed, and all of a sudden, I hear like a doorbell, and I'm like, "Who's knocking on the door?" Like it's nighttime. Like, who would be knocking on the door at this time? So I'm already a little bit freaked out because I get scared easily, and then I'm like, maybe it'll just go away. So I sit there. 2 minutes later, ding dong, and I'm just like, what's going on? Because it's like I don't know what's happening. So, and then I just hear bing 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 bing, and I literally almost started crying. My eyes were watering up. I was about to scream, but I didn't want anyone to know that anyone was in here. And I got super scared. Like, I was like petrified. Like, I could not move. I didn't want to move. Like, I just couldn't do anything. And it was like, what's going on? And so I was still laying in the bed at that time. So I was like, let me just be quiet and just wait for this to leave. So I just laid there for a couple minutes, and they just keep whatever the word is, ring the doorbell. And I was like, I'm so scared. And then I was about to like move because the sound had stopped for a second, and I'm like, maybe they left. So I started to move. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I started to move. And I have a bunk bed, and it creaks a lot. So as soon as I moved 1 inch, the bed made a creak like this. Like that. And you don't know how fast I jumped back in the bed and like sat there. And they just like, and then doorbell, wait a couple minutes, bang, bang, bang on the door. And I'm not even kidding you, I started bawling my eyes out. I was sitting there like, Lord Jesus, like, if I die today, please tell everyone that I'm so sorry for whatever I did to them, and please forgive all my sins. Like, fucking kill me, please. Like, I don't want to get murdered today. Like, not today. And so I was there, and I was there. No one else was there. And my grandma, she's like still sleeping, and I'm like, how is she sleeping through all this? And I was like, you know what? I just gotta get up and go. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna get up, just run to my grandma. And I was like, I got up, and this time the bed didn't creak. And then I just hear bang, bang. I know you're in there. I started crying. I was like, and I was sitting on my bed like this, like almost starting to cry. And so I'm like, I'm gonna get up. I'm gonna get into my mom's room, because that's where my grandma was sleeping, because my mom wasn't there. And my grandma has like a breathing tube or whatever, and she can't like, so she had to sleep in like a comfortable place, not on the couch or whatever. So she was in my mom's room. Thank God she was in there and not like in the living room, because then like I would have had to get up and go in there, and that would have sucked. So I'm almost near getting through to the hallway, and I just keep hearing bang, 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 bang. And I'm like, and I'm at her door. And I look, because I'm thinking the bedroom door's open. And I look at the, like, the door wall or whatever, like the entranceway to her room. And the door was closed. And I know that whenever you whenever you open that door, it makes this big noise. And it's like, eh? And I was like, I'm gonna die. And so I'm like, let me just do this. And I open the, I pull the door back. And because that's usually what I do when I try to sneak into doors. I'm sneak into rooms. So I pull the door back, squeeze the door knob as tight as I can, and I twist. And I keep twisting, and then I open the door. And it's like, it made the biggest sound I've ever heard. And it's like, it's never made that big of a sound before. So I was like, why now? Why now? And it's like, and he's like, and I'm like, and I go to my grandma's room, or my mom's room, or whatever, and I'm like, grandma, there's someone at the door. And she's like, okay, let me get up right quick. And I'm like, okay. And I like, you don't know how, like, safe I felt. Although she's my grandma and she's like strong or whatever, but she's very elderly, and like he could knock her down in like one push, and we could both be dead. But like I just felt safe because there was like an adult or whatever. That sounds so cliche, but I felt safe because there was an adult, and so I like went back in my room, and I was like, okay, I'm safe now. And so I hear her going to the living room, so I'm like, I'm gonna go in there now to see who it is. And so she's like, she looks back at me and she goes, and so she walks up to like the peak thing, and she goes in there and she's like, who are you at the door? And this part is so funny to me. I don't know why, but like all you hear is and it's just like, and like he went so fast, and my grandma's like, who is that? You better leave right now. And by the time she said you better leave right now, he'd been gone. And so that's basically it. But some stuff has been happening recently. Like I put on my Snapchat and I was like, someone's at the door and they're ringing the doorbell again. And I'm banging on the door and it's like nighttime and I'm by myself. And I was crying because I'm like, no one's here to protect me. And I'm like, the only thing I have in here is a bat. And like, what if the guy has a gun or something? And I'm like, I'm stuck here, and I'm gonna like get hurt or whatever. And so then something else happened recently. I don't know if it's a ghost. I think there's a ghost in my room, cause like I will be home by myself sometimes, and I'll just hear or see even sometimes something just fly across the room, and I'll be so scared. Like I'll go to the door just to see like if something's there. And if I see it in my room, I'm like scared, and I'll like put it on Snapchat or whatever and make a joke out of it. But I'm like legitimately scared. And so that's basically all that happened. Yep, that's it. So thanks for watching this video. Love you. Bye.